So, what's it like being a sweepstakes superstar? What's this all about? I'm going to show you the emotional journey of getting started as a sweepstakes superstar. I'm going to take you from this is awesome to something's wrong to I just don't know about this to this is awesome to I'm going to game this game to all right, let's just get down to making more money more often. Stick with me here because I'm going to prove everything I just told you. So having said that, starting anything is always the hardest, right? Start working out, start running, start playing a musical instrument. There are always growing pains in the beginning, and it's just your rite of passage. But with any and all rites of passage, you have the peace of mind of knowing you are not the first. People have come before you. And everyone, including yours truly, experiences the emotional roller coaster that I'm getting ready to demonstrate to you. But just do like I tell you in this course, and in my opinion, you will be richly rewarded. I'm going to show you that this gets juicy. Let me briefly take you through the emotional journey of starting off as a sweepstakes superstar through the eyes of my first student, Todd. I taught Todd my sweepstakes superstar money multiplier system personally right here in my basement office. And at that time I was creating this course and I showed him some of my videos and taught him the rest personally. And I got him going. But he also provided some great feedback for this course. For example, he said, you got to make sure people have a way to do this on their phones in case their computers suck. So you can thank him for that as we do cover that. And he even makes an appearance in the course. Well, his hands and phone do. You'll see later on in Module 4. Now look, of course I made him aware that being a sweepstakes superstar is long-term greedy. In my mind, every envelope I assemble is like a $5 bill with a time delay. So far that's been very close to being true, but this is analog. We are human beings mailing off letters the old-fashioned way to other human beings who must then open, examine, and count our sweepstakes. Those $5 credits, they will always hit our accounts, but those first credits could take up to 2 or even as long as 3 months in some cases before they show up, but they always show up. In our conventional work environments, our paychecks are almost always delayed, usually by 2 weeks, right? So we just have to apply that same faith that when our workday is done, that it's money in the bank. It's just on a time delay. And when we stay consistent in our writing of the sweepstakes forms, we find ourselves in a pretty sweet pipeline and our credits start showing up more frequently. It's like priming a pump. I'm going to show you right now. Okay, so here is a glimpse of the emotional roller coaster that you are about to embark on, seen through the eyes of my first student, Todd. And in the end, you're going to see that the juice is indeed worth the squeeze, but you're going to have some highs and lows. So let's get into it. I'll show you what to expect. So Todd's last name is not Post Office Pam's husband. His wife Pam, I met her at the post office because she noticed I was buying an obscene amount of stamps and bringing in fistfuls of sweepstakes envelopes to send off. She asked me, what in the world are you doing? I told her about being a sweepstakes superstar. She said, this would be right up my husband's alley. Can I hook you two guys up? Sure. So this is basically documentation of the beginning of our friendship. And so we got some chit chat here, and eventually he comes to my home right here, and I show him exactly how to become a sweepstakes superstar and get him onboarded with the casinos that we'll be talking about. And this is where I send him links to some of the materials that everybody here will need. They, of course, they're included in the course. And this is where he was awfully grateful for me to show him this course, and he and Pam took my wife and I out to dinner. And that's how you're going to feel. I mean, the guy that showed me the way, I did all that plumbing work for him. He didn't demand it. I volunteered it. This is a sweet thing, I'm telling you. So time goes on. He's showing me that, yeah, he's fully on board with our primary casino there. And by the way, the conversation is in blue is me. And here to the left is him, and yeah, got him a 6-pack of beer for Christmas. And let's see here, we're moving on down, right around Christmas here, like a week or two into it. Naturally, he hasn't gotten his drop yet. That's when the sweepstakes show up in your account. And I was just checking in on him. Pretty normal, I say. My first one took 6 weeks, so that's going to be normal, and you're going to love it when they start coming, which is true. So some more questions here, more beer pics here, and right around here, oh, come on, dude. Okay, right around here, please restore, close enough. There we go. So looky here. He's starting to get squirrely. So that roller coaster has gone from this is awesome to I don't know about this yet. He's starting to crack, in other words. So January 29th, he's about a month and some change into it. Good morning, Scott. A little apprehensive, but has there been a drop? I'm a little worried. So that's natural, right? And he's previously, you know, when the roller coaster was high, he's telling a buddy how awesome it is. And he's asking about my video series, right? So, golly, stop, dude. Thank you. All right. Haven't forgotten about your friend. You know, I'll let him know about the course, right? And so I'm checking in on him at this point. Hey, did you get your drop yet? From casino number 1. And I've obviously changed the name of the casinos to number 1 and number 2 to avoid confusion. The names and all that stuff in due time. There's a method to my madness here. So, hey, did you get your drop? And he says, no, I've still got 83 bucks. What this means is by going to the site every day and logging in, he's picked up $1. So do the math, that's $365 a year just for logging onto one site. By the way, I've got 4 to share with you. So anyway, 83 bucks just for showing up. Hey, at least it's a tank of gas, you know, easily for not doing anything other than showing up to a site, right? All right, so here we go. I'm asking him, and he's getting worried right here. Looky here. All right, he's like, I don't think I'm going to sit in anymore. I'm in it at about $1,000. Yeah, stamps aren't cheap, right? So his faith is starting to crack. Understandable. So I'm telling him, it's been trending about a drop every 3 or 4 weeks. So hard to tell how behind they are because they don't tell us how we're not privy to how the casinos batch our sweepstakes. They just come when they come, and you got to have that faith. So let's see, but I'm telling him about casino number 2, right? This is a principle I cover in my course called More Money, More Often, and that's simply writing to more than one casino so you don't have all your eggs in one basket, and you get more drops more frequently. Therefore, more money more often, right? So I'm telling him, casino number 2 has dropped like 3 times. And so I know it's a little bit frustrating. Yeah, he wants to call somebody at this point. So you can email their customer support. Oddly enough, these casinos have excellent customer support, by the way. We'll cover that in the course as well. And so he's telling me, hey man, I just emailed casino number 1. Sounds like number 2 is a better option. Maybe I'll try them. So he's starting to get a little shaky and jumping ship and trying another casino. All right, now let's see here. Now he's really getting shaky. Man, I've screwed something up with casino number 1. I just can't send them anything anymore. He's starting to let off the gas. So that roller coaster, we down here now. You know, it's that's just the deal. It's look how long he's been into the last week of February. He's been doing this for over 2 months now. Now this is where it gets a little comical. I'm telling him, hey, my sweepstakes course is ready. Go ahead and send this link to your friend and see if he wants to join up. Check this out. He is apprehensive to do it since I haven't gotten paid yet. It's funny now, looking back on it, because I knew my man was going to get paid, but right in the thick of it, he didn't know what to expect because he's been doing nothing but sending off and hadn't gotten his first paycheck yet. So, and he didn't even pay me for the course. So that's why I needed to make this video for you so you know what to expect, right? All right, so I'm checking in on him though, right? Hey, is today your big day? I'm not sure. Why should it be? You get a drop? No, he didn't get a drop. So it's March 3rd. So, I'm pulling for him, but I know it'll come. Now he's checking on me. Did you get a drop? Why is he checking on me March 10th? I said, hey, I'm at the gym. Let me see what's up. Kablamo! He got his drop, right? It took him right at that 3-month mark. That is the worst case scenario I've ever heard of, but the casinos state that in their writing. It could take as long as 3 months. Will it likely? Probably not, but to poor Todd here, it did, and it strained him. But now, woohoo, this is awesome. That's where he's at on the roller coaster, right? So, and he's telling me, it's not all my envelopes, but it's a good drop. Yeah, so that's the deal, because they're batching the sweepstakes we send in, and we're always running behind. All right, so hey, I'm stoked for him. You in the pipeline now, baby. Cowabunga! This is where I had to get at. Don't you wish you sent in more? That's what you always feel like when you get these drops. I wish I would have sent in some more. And remember, he let off the gas a little while back. Understandable. He'd had $1,000 in and hadn't seen diddly squat back. But this is part of the journey. So, moving right along. It's March 10th. He got paid. Now, here's where it gets interesting. So I'm asking him, hey, so how much of that $3,400 did you redeem? Todd crushed it. He turned that into $3,725. Now, keep in mind, he's only got about $650, $680, somewhere around that, in this $3,725. Okay? He quintupled, he like 5.6x'd his money right here on this particular drop, this one drop. That's what we do over and over and over again. All right? I'll cover the math in the course coming up, but for him to take this and add $180 to it is that's just extraordinary. We don't always do that. That's what we shoot for, but right out of the gate, that's what he did. I'm really proud of him. Now, here's where it gets interesting. He just got paid. He's already looking to cheat a little bit. He's like, hey man, what do you think about this right here? This is basically a way to hand copy your sweepstakes. He's looking to cheat. It crosses everybody's mind, man. I'm not judging him and I'm not judging you, but I'm going to tell it to you like this. When I was about 16 or 17, I was a little juvenile delinquent, and I just got my driver's license, and I'm naturally looking to get some beer. So my dad has this big vegetable garden, right? And he has this guy named James, kind of a ne'er-do-well fella. He comes over and he was helping my dad with it. And I said, you know what? I bet if I ask James just right, I get him to buy me and my buddies beer. So I approached James on the sly. I said, hey, James, you mind if I take you to the store and get me and my buddies some beer? And he says, your daddy told me you'd say that, and I promised him I wouldn't get you beer. So this is me making you promise. Don't fool with this crap. Just play it straight, and you're going to be more than adequately rewarded. You're going to lose time. You're going to lose money, because this ain't cheap. I'm sure this is not for free, and it's going to get your ass booted off of the casinos. These are billion-dollar companies. They know if you're trying to cheat. They know if your sweepstakes is made from a copying machine. All right, just don't fool with that. Just do what you're supposed to do. End of lecture. Moving on. All right, so we're doing the typical bromance stuff. I'm sending Ric Flair stuff, like, dude, you really hit the ground running, which he did, and he's now stoked. Feels so good to see the rewards. By the way, what do you think of the handwriting machine? Drop that crap, man. Don't do it. All right, so, and he agrees. Now, look at here. Less than about a week or so later, get another drop. Oh man, this is just like getting to be normal now, right? Next week or so and change. Let's see, I dropped him off some cookies, and sweepstaking is now in his lifestyle. Like he's doing it every day, just like me now. All right, and right around his birthday, he got another drop. Yep, a birthday bonus. Let me see it. So that includes some of that, his other drop too. They're starting to run together at this point. All right. So, but anyway, he's key. He's doing the math. So he's at about $7,000 in 3 months. So he is freaking stoked. He's a believer now. Roller coaster going back up. Okay. Here we go again. About a week later, they just keep rolling in. I love it. It's now boring. It's now expected. Here we go. We got paid again. I just seen it. Mine wasn't as much, just a couple $100, but anyway. See, he's scoffing at just a couple $100. Oh, that's just my utility bill. That's just my car payment, you know. It's getting boring now. It's now a part of the lifestyle. It's now expected. Making money is now boring. Spending it is exciting. Looky here. Hey, Scott. Pam's looking to get signed up now. His wife wants in on it. So I hope I've given you a nice taste of the roller coaster you can expect to be on. And in the end, it levels out to TCB, taking care of business, right? By the way, if you think that you don't have time to do this, Todd also works for the post office just like Pam, except he's on the road. He actually trains postal workers. They also have 2 kids. One of them is special needs. He also works out like a beast. I would not want to meet him in a dark alley. He also has rental property. He also has an eBay business that he runs out of his garage as well. You got time. All right, if Todd's got time, you got time. And we're about out of time for making this module. I hope it meant something to you, and I'll see you in the next one.